John Olivera, Airman, U.S. Navy, 2 years of service, 2 years of active duty, 4 years reserve. I always wanted to go out to sea and be some sort of a sailor, so I found it to be seemed like it was very exciting to get down to the Coast Guard, and the Coast Guard had an 18-month waiting list, and I didn't want to wait 18 months. My dad was in the U.S. Army. He was in the infantry and went to the Battle of the Bulge. I think was maybe later on in his career. He was wounded at the Battle of the Bulge. He was bayoneted, but he survived, and he lived to be 80 years old. So he did very well. Yeah, so I'm very proud of him. My home port was Norfolk, Virginia, on the USS Intrepid, and from there we went to several ports around the world, Mediterranean and the Caribbean, Canada. What my duty was, I was a plane handler, they call us, and you pretty much move the planes around, you chalk them up when they park, and you tie them down, and that kind of thing. And then from there you start moving out a little bit. I was in an emergency crew for a while. It's another detail or duty. Elevator operator, things like that. It's very dangerous, you know, and when you get out on the aircraft carrier, and especially at nighttime, because at nighttime there's no lights, it's red light at best. And today you see movies and I'm always in awe when I see them, you know. I say, wow, you know, I was actually there, I did that. And the aircraft taking off, it's so fast and so exciting to watch all of this and be actually a part of it. I don't think I would have wanted to be any place else than the flight deck on an aircraft carrier. It was an exciting time. It was, we're going down to the Caribbean and we're going to pick up an astronaut. And it seemed like a storybook thing, you know, we're really going to be going down and picking up an astronaut. So there was a lot of preparation and training for it. I also turned out that I had the same blood type as Scott Carpenter. Out of some 3,500 sailors on board, there was only 11 that had the same blood type that he had. So as a result of that, I had a 3-day no work chit. I wasn't allowed to work or hurt myself or do anything, you know, I had to just have to be available in case they needed the blood. I had an opportunity to meet Scott Carpenter, I think it was back in April at the meeting that they had here. And I did tell him that, I did mention the fact that for the last 50 years I've been standing by in case they needed my blood. So. Well, worst days, I'm sure, was the accidents that might have happened, people that might have got killed. Those weren't good days at all. We took a med cruise. I saw 3 accidents that occurred, and we lost 3 pilots, as a matter of fact, on this is peacetime. And we lost 3 pilots in the Mediterranean on that particular cruise. And each one seemed like a little different. One actually crashed along the deck, and 2 others were out up in the air, and they ran into difficulties up in the air, and they never returned. There'd be some sort of burial at sea. Maybe it was the traditional wreath that they would throw into the ocean, but it'd be very formal. Everybody would be dressed uniform for that ceremony and so forth. We were all tossed into the same circumstances at the same time, and so I think it's very binding. But here it could be a life and death situation all the time, and you know, you're always counting on each other. And I had a couple of those experiences that I thought were pretty close, that I was glad that somebody else was there, and I'm sure they were glad I was there on a couple of occasions too. I'm a volunteer, and I explain exhibits that I'm assigned to, and I really enjoy it. It's very interesting, yeah. When I turn onto 12th Avenue to come down and I see the Intrepid, I'm like in awe, you know, it's exciting, you know, I'm actually gonna go there, you know. Veterans Day is a day when my dad was a World War II veteran, and he fought at the Battle of the Bulge. So I guess that that chokes me every time that I think of Veterans Day, that all the servicemen, all the veterans that do that, and in particular my dad, you know. So.